Welcome back to the channel, where we uncover the untold stories behind music legends and the truths hidden beneath their fame. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on one of pop culture's most mysterious and emotional bonds, the connection between Diana Ross and Michael Jackson. For decades, people have wondered, were they simply friends, or was there something deeper, unspoken, and eternal? This is the story of a love that never needed labels, a connection that shaped Michael Jackson's life and echoed through his music forever. The first spark happened when Michael was just 9 years old, still a small boy navigating the overwhelming world of Motown. At a star-studded event filled with powerful executives and sharp-suited personalities, Michael stood nervously with his brothers, burdened by the weight of expectation. Then Diana Ross appeared, already a superstar, radiating elegance and commanding the room with ease. She could have walked past him like so many others did, but instead, she stopped and really saw him. Not the product, not the performer, the person. That single moment changed Michael forever. From that day, Diana became more than a mentor. She became his anchor, his North Star, and his safe place in a world that demanded too much from a child. By the late 1970s, Michael was 20 years old and still searching for his footing in adulthood. When they reunited on the set of The Wiz, their bond deepened even further. Away from the cameras, Michael had rented a private apartment in New York, and Diana often spent time there. Quietly, privately. No headlines, no scandals, just two people who found comfort in each other's presence. On set, people noticed a change in Michael. He seemed calmer, softer, more at peace, as though the quiet hours with Diana gave him the kind of sanctuary he had always craved. Their relationship didn't need explanations or labels. It was enough that it existed in silence, in shared glances, and in the kind of companionship that didn't demand words. But in the mid-1980s, everything shifted. When news broke that Diana Ross was marrying Norwegian businessman Arne Nies Jr., the world celebrated. Michael, however, went quiet. He didn't attend, didn't send congratulations, and didn't speak of her at all. Those close to him noticed how his energy dulled, how his laughter faded. It wasn't anger, it was grief. Because although he had never demanded Diana's love, he had always carried the quiet hope that she might one day be his. That hope disappeared the moment she said, "I do," to someone else. For Michael, it was the loss of something he never truly had, yet had always cherished. And that pain stayed with him, showing up not in interviews or tabloids, but in his music. Michael's truest confessions lived in his songs, and if you listen closely, Diana is there. Dirty Diana, written around the time of her wedding, burned with raw fury, not at her, but at the situation, at the heartbreak of watching someone he loved belong to someone else. In contrast, Remember the Time whispered with nostalgia and longing, asking not for love, but simply to be remembered. Even his brother Jermaine later admitted that the song was indeed about Diana, confirming what fans had long suspected. Together, those two tracks reveal Michael's emotional journey, Dirty Diana as the wound, and Remember the Time as the scar. Michael and Diana never walked red carpets hand in hand, never posed for the tabloids, never admitted to being a couple. But what they shared was rare, and perhaps more powerful than any public romance could have been. It was a love that existed quietly, respectfully, and truthfully, a love written in silences, carried in memory, and immortalized in music. Because sometimes, love doesn't need to be declared. It only needs to be remembered.